Scano. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you in this beautiful sacred square circle. We're here with Cedar Sisters, something that we kind of came up through a, a web of connections with women, having conversations about, what's going on in their personal lives, how we're developing, how we're growing, um, and uh, and just talking about bringing it all together so that we can just build a really beautiful sacred circle to be with each other. And so this is our first live, and we don't really have an agenda today. We just know that we feel like we need to connect and in this energy of the moon, and knowing that there are other sisters out there that want to connect, and maybe don't have the connections that we have, easy access. This just gives us that opportunity to reach out and make sure we're connecting with everyone and making sure that no one is left out. And so this is why we did this live. So Nyawa for joining us. Lisa.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I thought that we would start our meeting off with Thanksgiving address. I'm Haudenosaunee Mohawk from Six Nations, and so this is how we usually start off our important meetings, and we're just as important. So I wanted to do a Thanksgiving, and so what we do is the Thanksgiving address is all about showing respect and having gratitude and being thankful for all that is. And so what we do is we start off by thanking the people, and then we go to thanking Mother Earth for all that she gives us, that we're able to sustain here on Mother Earth. And then we go to the trees, and we thank the trees, for their shelter and all that they provide. Um, the maple tree being the leader. And then we go to the fruit, which the strawberry is the leader. And then the medicines, the tobacco being the leader. And then we go to the water. Water is life. We wouldn't be able to sustain other without water. Also, all the beings, all the fish life, we give thanks to them. And then we give thanks to our sustenance, corned bean and squash. And then we give thanks to, we move to the sky. We give thanks to the sun, our brother, the sun, and grandmother moon. And like Jody mentioned, we got full moon. It's pretty full right now, but I think full moon is on Tuesday. And so we also give thanks to the stars, and to the four beings, to the winds, to the thunders, and then to Seguin Diesel. And so I'll say, if I've forgotten anything, that you can put what I've forgotten in. I've did the best that I can tonight. And yeah, so now I'll go. And thanks everyone for coming. Like Jody said, we don't really have an agenda. We're just going to see how things pan out. I know, so we're calling this Cedar Sisters. We're going to use the medicine of the cedar tree to bring up the emotions. And so what we're asking, I guess, I don't know if Jody had mentioned, but about brewing up your cedar medicine to sip on while we're having this conversation and stuff, and helping with the emotions. And so just, I guess, letting you know that you could become very emotional, and that's okay to be vulnerable and stuff in this space. And it's all about us supporting each other. And when Jody and I were talking, I told her that I had been wanting to find some women who want to focus on loving ourselves, that this is all about love. And so she's like, let's do it. So here we are. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Green. Like I said, I'm from Six Nations, Mohawk Turtle Clan. I own my own healing center on Six Nations. And yeah, so maybe other people can start introducing themselves. Oh, actually, no, I think Jen's going to go to the song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, thanks, Lisa. Miigwech. Ani Bojo, Jennifer Dijnakas, Mississauga Dinjaban, Shinabe Queen and Dow. Nimki Kwe Dijnakas. Hi, my name is Jennifer. I live in Mississauga. I have Scottish and Anishinaabe heritage, and my spirit name is Nimki Kwe, which is Thunder Woman. And I'm honored to be here with all of you tonight. And so I'm going to sing a song to start us off. And I thought I would sing the Strong Woman song because International Women's Day is coming up on Wednesday. And I was at a women's circle this morning with a lot of women who were from Southeast Asia, and they were telling me about, some of the stories from their lands and some of the crystals and the medicines that they use. So that was a very powerful connection. So here's the Strong Woman song for International Women's Day, and for us tonight to give us strength. This women's song comes from the Kingston Penitentiary. A group of women created this song there, and it's about women finding strength within themselves. So.
Yeah, well, that was beautiful. Go ahead, Pamela.
That was definitely beautiful. Thank you, Jen. Nice to meet you. And hello, Lisa and Jody. Thank you, Jody, for inviting me tonight. Yahweh, great to be here. Really honored. And by way of introduction, hello, everyone. I'm Pamela Devonshire. I'm a community member of the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte, Tyendinaga, and I live in Toronto. So I am part Mohawk and British and also some Scottish too. Today's was a really wonderful day for reflection, thinking about Cedar Sisters and helping each other and raising up women in general. And today was just a special day. Got to spend most of it with my mother and helping her around her house. She's 85, almost 86 years old, still in her own home, but she needs a little bit of help. with her puttering around in maintenance. So was really happy to be able to be there for her and help her out. And then today, just again, by kind of luck, a pop-up of my daughter kind of showed up on my phone, and it was her when she started her first job at the Four Directions student office that she's working out of at Queens, and she had on her beautiful ribbon skirt, and she was very proud, and they were posting that on the website as now she was, one of the assistants working at the center. So really kind of here in the spirit of what Jody was saying, in the spirit of helping women and, rising us up. And also, Jody mentioned that we went to a concert together. We went to see Asanabi on Thursday, and wonderful, amazing, talented musician. Also saw Digging Roots, but with Asanabi, he has a song, talking about his ancestor, which is his grandfather. And if you're interested, look that up. He's just incredible, and I can relate to that a little bit because I'm also on the side, I wrote a children's book to honor my ancestor, and donating proceeds back to the language center that they're building in Tyendinaga. So that's just a little bit about me by introduction. So thank you. Nawe.
Yawa. Scano Jody Nigaso. Yeah, hi. I'm Jody Harbor. I'm a co-founder of Grandmother's Voice. Following my heart, driving my family nuts. I just, I've always had a passion to reach the people. Probably, came from having a big family in my hometown of Windsor. I'm an auntie, a sister, great aunt, a daughter, a mom, a wife. On my dad's side, as his mom was Cayuga, and his dad is believed to have been Ojibwe, but the government still owns his birth certificate under the 60 scoop or whatever that is. And on my mom's side, I'm English and Romanian. So bit of I feel like a gypsy. I can own that now. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, or even over 100 years ago, we would have been killed for that. For admitting all of these things and even talking about gems and jewels. I'm just sitting here, really I just want to do this. I just want to have conversations and, not be all strategic about all the, shit we carry and, all the stuff we're trying to get out of our way to be the best people who we are. I started to have these conversations with Lisa and Jen, maybe in passing at the center when, we were just getting to know each other about how deeply rooted we are in the natural world as women. And then now being able to really step into it and talk about it and share about it. I just know from traveling with the grandmas and, maybe dreams I've had, things that I've researched, that our ancestors were killed for this. They could never do this. This is why they did it in the underground. That's why they said they were in the underground. They had to keep this going, And I remember this one clear dream I had, that it was I was there. I had, been in a past life sitting in a circle, with women with our medicines around, doing everything that we just did, and it was this message that, we weren't oppressed. We are always strong women. We never let anybody oppress us. We chose to protect ourselves because we knew the danger that we would be in. And our men chose to protect us too. Right. And we just, we all just got sucked up by society who just wants us to be in this little box and pay it, follow the rules so that we can live, the way they want us to, like little robots. And we're in a time of women right now. And I'm just, I'm honored to meet people. I come this evening and I think through building this circle is what I always wanted to do first with Grandmother's Voice. It was always sacred to me, being a hairstylist and always having, and even the bra that I invented, it's always been about nurturing women. And so there was a part of me in the past that I kind of felt guilty about lately. It's really surfaced for me about how sacred it is to have connections to elders. And even just like Lisa or Jen, you were telling me about your experience this week, and what made me think was like just that time you got to spend with this new person in your life, and you created this bond in a relationship. And I feel like in the last couple of years through COVID, our elders have been really exploited. People have been able to reach them, and our society is extracting all of this knowledge from them. And a part of me felt like I failed because I didn't protect them enough, and that's and these are the conversations I think I was having, like, with everybody at certain times, saying like, how do we support them more? And I really truly believe this is the way we do it, because they've taught us to come together. They taught us all of these beautiful teachings. And as much as we're learning about our belief systems and how to heal ourselves and how to connect to Mother Earth, we're still not doing what we should be doing, which is connecting and no judgment. And, no, we're all doing the best that we can right now. And if we can just come together in this circle and just be ourselves and share what we need to heal, I think that then we'll do what our elders have protected for so long for us. Does that make sense? I just because we can keep talking about it, and we can all be individually healing ourselves or doing our work within our workplace, but if we're really not honoring each other when we see each other doing good stuff, I don't care if you're the same nation, not the same nation, you're a woman, you're a person, and we need to just learn how to take care of ourselves, which I think, Lisa, you're going to share a little bit more about how we do that self-love so that we're not taking care of other people too.
Okay, I just wanted to share, I was telling Jody about a dream that I had. I think it was 2015. And there were just all these people, and they were just chaos. It was black and gray, and there was just all these women and men all over the place. And then all of a sudden, this light came in, and then there was all these women were in red, and they were like in the circle, like more together. And then there was all the men were like surrounding them, and they were in orange. And what it had showed me was about the compassion and the empathy and the love that women have within them, or show that it was time for the women to stand up, and it was time for them to like save Mother Earth and save the water and stuff like that. I come from a community where the women are supposed to be what's the word, not listened to, but like raised in a higher esteem, I guess, like clan mothers and stuff like that. And there's our societies has changed so much that even in my community, like it seems like the men are trying to take over, and that's not how we were, a couple hundred years ago and stuff. So I know a lot of times women come from fear, and it's time to take our power back, and it's time to stand up, and it's time to tell the men how to help us do this and stuff. And so anyway, that dream, it just showed me that when we come together like this, and we come from a place of love, that love will prevail. And so this is what we're trying to do. So we're trying to bring the women together and see what that looks like, and talk amongst each other and see how we can do this. Jody, did you want me to go into talking about the exercise, or is there other, or do you want, is there, how many people are on?
Jen, you shared that beautiful song, and I don't know that, I don't know if there's something before before oh, sorry. I'm getting little the messages from people. So that's something that I wanted to say too before we get into even more conversation. This is purely candid, okay, you guys? Like we don't have any way that we want to do this. We want to be in a circle. I want to invite people to just like share messages. And if Jen and Pamela and Lisa, you can see on your right hand side it says comments, and you can just put comments and you'll see things come in, and I can even I can even show these things. I'm going to show them after, because if I show them during, we'll never get through the conversation. So we'll just we can do this after too. Once we get near the end of our time together, we'll start to share this. And we do actually, another sister just showed up, Angela. So we'll let her in. And yeah, I just thought maybe Jen or Pamela, if you had anything to say before we really get into more of what Lisa wants to share about our self-love. But what we can do too, Angela, hi, unmute yourself and introduce yourself since you're here, Miss Busy. You think I'm busy, Jen? This woman is busier.
Yeah, we're a little crazy right now. Sorry, I had to run out and grab food for myself and my son.
Well, you're here. You made it. And we just did a little opening. Jen shared a beautiful song. Lisa did the Thanksgiving address, and Pamela and I introduced ourselves and just talked about how, we think it's really important to have these spaces, and not all, not people, a lot of people don't have this, circle of sisters, or have a space and time in their life to just stop and listen and chat and see what's going on, and making connections with other people. But you and I talked briefly today, so I'd love for you to just kind of introduce yourself to everybody and tell us you're so fun.
No, I'm just crazy. So if you guys don't know who I am, I've been a fashion designer for the last, well, I guess we're going on 30 years now. So yeah, I do lots of stuff. So I do lots of lately workshops. I'm doing a 6-week beading workshop at the Art Gallery of Hamilton this month. I have a big fashion show. I'm going to exhibit at the Woodland Cultural Center right now. I'm what they term a fierce auntie for the lift. We have an Indigenous lift circle, which started back in the beginning of COVID. And so that was actually the first time really in my adult life and in my career that there's been an actual sisterhood developed of, Indigenous women entrepreneurs specifically. But it's been really amazing, especially at that time when everybody was, wondering what the hell do we do? And I had to close my beautiful store that was downtown, Hamilton, because of the first lockdown, and, having to pivot and figuring out, and helping each other. It's just been really amazing. So I'm glad to see that you're starting this, because it's really, we still can be really isolated and in our own little places, and it can be lonely. And sometimes you just need, someone who's been through something similar or whatever, just to be able to share and lift each other up, basically.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Jen? Pamela? You good?
I'm good. I think I'll wait till after Lisa shares.
I know. I feel like she's got some stuff to share. I have some stuff to shed. I'm drinking my tea like it's an ice cold drink. I'm just sipping it down. I need some smudge. Let's go.
Smudge for you. I brought my.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna give a little teaching behind what we're gonna do. This is for. So I'm gonna be talking a lot about creator and stuff, but this can mean whoever your creator is. Like I just want you to exchange my words, and I'm sure everybody will resonate with this. But through our teachings, they say that so we come from sky world, or the heavens, and that we all look the same. We're just all these balls of light up there. And creator says, okay, who wants to come down and to this place called Earth and experience being a human? And Jody says, I do. So so then they say that creator goes around and he's got this bundle, and he goes around to our soul family. And soul family is they're usually not your blood family, but they're like sisters. Like, and you meet different people and stuff, and it feels like you've had that connection forever. You're just meeting that person, and you feel like I've met this person, before. And it's because you're remembering, a little tidbit of your journey. And then creator goes around to the Grand Council and puts more stuff into this bundle. And then whatever creator feels, the top that bundle up, he adds that. And so that bundle sits here in our heart center. And a lot of times we forget about what we have in our bundle because of the experiences and stuff that we're going through. So a lot of times what I say, well, up in the heavens is positive energy. It's all loving, nurturing, happiness, joy, like everything's beautiful up there. So us as spirits, we don't know what we're going to come down to Earth and experience. And so a lot of times I say, this is hell that we're in on this Earth, because we come here to experience all this negative stuff that our spirits were never aware of. And so what this is this little exercise is about reminding us what we have in our bundle. And so what I'm going to get used to do is just to so it's going to be like a guided meditation. And so I'm going to get you to put your feet flat on the floor, so you're grounding yourself. Some of you have smudge, which is great. And then we're just going to do a short breathing exercise, what's going to help activate your parasympathetic system, which is your rest and digest system. So I'm going to count. You're going to inhale through your nose, and then you're going to hold, and then you're going to exhale out of your mouth. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to get into this modality, and it's called focus intention technique. And I'm just going to do, when I do this with people, it's usually one-on-one. And so I'm just going to give you the gist of it. And if you're very sensitive, if your body's very sensitive, I'm sure that you will experience visions, colors, feelings, stuff like that. And so I just want you to just trust the process. Usually I go into explaining it all, but it's going to take too much time. And I just want us to experience something for tonight. And just trust as a sister that I'm going to guide you to love. Okay, so now how this works is I wanted to back up, and I wanted to talk about when you're somewhere or you meet somebody, like I was saying, and you have a little, like they call it deja vu, like say when you're someplace too and you're like, oh, I think I've been here before and stuff. So they say that that's you remembering just a tidbit of your journey and stuff, and that creator wipes our mind blank. So we don't because they say that we sit with creator, we enter this contract of what we're going to come down to Earth and experience. So they say he wipes our mind, so we don't know, what's going to happen, because we're here to learn. Okay, so we put our right hand on our bundle on our chest. I don't know if you can see me. And then what we do is we ask our body. So you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to ask your body, where would you like to do this healing for this evening? And I want you to pick anywhere from your throat all the way down to your first chakra. So if there's some that don't know where your first chakra is, let's just say that's like your crotch area. Okay, so then once you're aware of by a knowing or maybe a tickle or a pain where your body would like to start, I want you to put your left hand there. Now your right hand is your giving hand and your left hand is your receiving hand. And so what this is going to do is we're going to start to move some energy. And so this is the part where, so I want you to, wherever that left hand is, I want you to focus on that part, and I want you to ask what's there. What kind of emotion is there? So in my example, I'm going to use fear. So I'm going to put mine here right on the solar plexus, and I'm going to use fear as an example. So then you're going to ask your body to give you the earliest memory when you first experienced fear. Now yours will be whatever you want to go through, or let's just do it on fear. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Let's just do this on fear. So you're asking your body to give you the earliest memory when you learned about fear. And then so at that time, I'm going to use the example of being little and seeing my parents fighting. And so at that time, when you're witnessing, when you're first learning about fear, you make a decision about yourself, others, and the world that's affecting you right till today. And so I'm going to use an example. So I am, I want you to fill in this for yourself. I am. So I'm going to say I am scared. Others are scary. And so what kind of world am I living in when I'm scared and others are scary? Well, it's very dark, gloomy, scary, unsafe world is what I feel, which becomes my belief. And so this is the part where we're going to visualize, and I want you to visualize. Okay, so I'm just going to back up a little bit. So our bodies are filled with trillions of cells. And cells become tissues, and tissues become organs, and our cells develop into like our nerves and our blood and our muscles and our bones and our hair, like everything. And so what this modality does is it heals on a cellular level. So we're going to go back and we're going to get rid of some of this DNA crap that, that we're holding on to from generation to generation. And so while you're sitting there, I want you to visualize in your bundle, because in your bundle, you've forgotten about all the good, positive stuff that you have inside of you, because you're part of all that is the universe. And so within your bundle, there's, I'm going to choose, I want us to choose love. And so I want you to see whatever color. Sometimes people like to put color to it. And I'm going to see this one cell that is pink, and it holds the energy of love, and it's way at the back of my bundle because I forgot about it. So now that cell is going to flow, and it's going to come to the front of my chest, and as it does that, it's energy of love, so it's affecting all the cells within my chest area. So now they're all coming together to the same energy of love. So now they're all turning pink. So the whole entire energy now in my chest, in my chest area where it's holding my lungs and it's holding my heart and everything else there is turning to pure pink. And that is because this love is affecting all the cells. Now this energy, it's going to flow to other areas of our bodies. It's not going to leave here. It's going to grow. So now that energy is going to flow up into your throat. And so I want you to see now all the cells that make up your throat are now turning this beautiful pink. And all the cells here in your throat remember what it's like to be loved. And just backing up, all the cells in your chest and your heart and your lungs and everything that holds within your torso part remembers what it's like to be loved. So as this energy continues to flow to the throat, every cell here in your throat remembers what it's like to be loved. Now this energy is going to flow up into your head, filling your entire head up, concentrating on the brain and seeing the brain in this beautiful pink, which is love. Every cell here remembers what it's like to feel loved, to be loved. And now this energy is going to flow from the chest area to the back of your neck and into your shoulders and down your arms and into your hands and fingers. Now this area also joins and becomes one with this beautiful pink energy, which is love. And every single cell within this area of your body remembers what it's like to be loved and be loved. And now this energy is going to flow from the chest area down into your stomach. Now this is where I'm saying in my solar plexus. So I want you to really focus and just see that energy of pink just going in and out of all those cells, like in the top of our stomachs. We've always known that we are love here, because this here in the solar plexus, this is where our intuition is. This is our gut feeling. We always knew that we were love and that we came here loved. And now this energy continues to flow from the stomach area down into the pelvis area, filling every single organs up there too. And every cell within this area remembers what it's like to be loved and be loved. The energy continues to flow down into your thighs and over your knees and down into your feet, right to your toes. So now, while your eyes are closed, I want you to just scan your entire body and see it in this pure pinkness. And that is love. Every single cell in your body remembers what it's like to be loved. Now I want you to take that left hand off and I want you to wave it around like you're gathering up all the energy from Mother Earth. So putting your palm down towards Mother Earth and gathering up all that beautiful energy that Mother Earth is offering you tonight for this healing. And when you're ready, I want you to put your palm facing your body, starting at the root chakra. So starting like the pubic bone. And then you're going to bring that energy up. And I just want you to slowly bring that energy up, counting out loud, and then bringing the energy until it's up over your head. Now I want you to wave and I want you to gather up the energy from Creator, God, Great Spirit, whoever your higher power is, and gathering that energy up and bringing it down into the crown and all the way back down until you're at the first chakra. Now I want you just to ask yourself, everyone here should have a new decision. So my new decision, I am safe. Others are safe. What kind of world am I living in? I am living in a beautiful, warm, loving, safe world. Okay, Yahweh.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have more? Wow.
We would keep doing, when I work in sessions with somebody, we would go and we would activate like probably 3 or 4 energies within us, waking that up.
Yeah.
But did anybody feel any shifts or anything going on in their body?
Yeah, a bit.
You know me, I did. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, it was really relevant for me. So, but I would, if I'd love to ask you guys. I've done that work before, and I just kind of feel like it's a reminder. This is so important to have this space, because sometimes you're in it. So I'll share my experience after if you guys have one first. It's like I'm hosting, so.
It was very powerful. When my eyes were closed, I could actually visualize the pink color under my eyelids. I could actually see that. And then I was holding my head, and it was kind of like the centering was kind of around my mouth and my head. And maybe I'll share and kind of release that out to the group. But so my ancestry, Jody mentioned I was reconnecting to Tyendinaga. So my ancestors felt they had to flee kind of in the mid 1800s, and I think we all kind of know why. And they went to Penetanguishene, and they kind of hid their identity for a few generations. And it wasn't until my actual grandmother, so my mother's mother, I was talking about my mother, that she eventually married a Scottish man, and she hid from the family who she was. And I had that feeling around my mouth of not being heard, not being seen, not being known. And that was really resonating with me, because I think it's kind of been passed through our family. And then she finally shared with her children when her husband passed, because my uncle found her band information, and she could finally release that, who she was, and reclaim her status, because she had lost it. So it's really like reclaiming our voices. And our family reached back into the community. So I think for a long time we had that feeling, I know I did, not being heard, not being seen. And now I'm like honestly like reconnecting, and it just feels right to be reconnecting back to the community. And I think this exercise, like, it went right to my mouth, like, and in my head, like not being seen, not being heard. So it was really powerful. So thank you for that.
Jen, did you have anything?
Lisa, that was really powerful. I realized I hold a lot of tension in my body. I hold my body very tightly. And I think because for a long time, I had an eating disorder for most of my adult life, and I still struggle with it sometimes. So I feel that one of the things that we do when we want to kind of shut off the way our body feels, because I grew up not liking my body very much and very steeped in diet culture. So when you have that view towards your body, then you don't really want to relax it very much. It sounds strange. I don't know if you can relate, but and when you kind of shut off one emotion, you tend to shut them all off, which is something that Brene Brown always says. And I'm sure, many people have said it, but when I read one of her works recently, that really stuck with me, that when you don't allow some feelings to come in, when you don't allow feelings to feel, when you don't allow yourself to feel and sit in emotions, then it's hard to feel the joyful emotions as well. When you don't want to feel the negative ones. And for me, like self-care, Lisa, you were talking about self-love. For me, the most important thing is the way I talk to myself. I think that we have to think about, for me, I have to think about whose voice I'm listening to in my head, because it's not always my loving voice, right? And that's why your exercise also was so powerful, because it reminds me of like what's really inside me, my inner knowing. And, since I've gotten so many teachings, I didn't have them when I was younger. The idea that we come into the world as whole children, like I'm an educator, and we're not really taught that in Teachers College, to be honest with you. When we think about, if I could go back and change Teachers College, hey, who knows, maybe one day I will. But to think of a child as our jobs as teachers is to find out the gifts that the child has brought, not to fill them with the gifts that we think they need. That is so powerful, right? It can really shift education if we can find ways to put the other curriculum things aside. And there are a lot of ways to do it, because educators now don't teach everything that's in the curriculum. So you can certainly, keep, you can open up, what you share with children and how you do your work. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. But so Jody, sorry, Lisa, thanks so much. And You know, you're reminding me, I have talking about sisters. At school, I started a passion project this year called the Sisterhood Project. And it's for grade 5 girls. I teach in a K-5 school. And I've really been observing, especially over COVID, that I find the girls, they're not very loud in the classroom. And there's a lot of male energy that's very loud and very like they think it's their right to make all this noise when they come in. And girls just sit and they're ready to learn. And even if they aren't, they don't bring the same energy in. And so I really felt like these girls never had a chance to connect when there's all these boys in the classroom. And I certainly felt that way myself when I was in school sometimes. But I had sisters. I had 3 sisters. Plus I had a lot of places where I could go. I was in Girl Guides, and it was something that for me was very empowering. And I made Sisters for Life there as well. But with my sisterhood project, now, you know, these girls come together every week and we do different things. We talk about words to describe them. They had a really hard time at the beginning. They couldn't say many things other than nice and fun. And so we had to look up some words, and I said, you can say that you are amazing, and you can say that you are awesome, and you can say that you're an athlete, and all of these really big words that seem like when you're only 10 that you can't claim them. But yes, you can claim them. And yes, we can claim them when we're in our 40s, 50s, and any time, right? So anyways, I was just thinking of that little sisterhood project, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to come on Cedar Sisters, because you know, I'm trying to work on that with my girls, and I always like to connect with other women. So miigwech, everyone.
Yeah.
So Lisa, is this something that you do as your profession?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do. So
I do. So I'm a registered massage therapist, and I
Okay.
do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. I do focus intention technique. I work with like essential oils. I do laser treatment. I'm a reflexologist. And funny thing, 29 years ago, in 2016, I start doing this full time and start building my healing center. But prior to that, I was an accountant for 29 years.
Wow. That's
but I did. Yes, everyone says, "Oh my God, like that's like on the other end of the spectrum." But I've always had a passion for. I always knew that I was going to work with people, and I always had a passion for. Like I always knew things were dying to get out, and like Jody said, you know, it's hard. You know, if you're a seer and you're a healer and stuff like that, to come out because people judge you.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And so finally, I've been doing this kind of stuff since 2009. So finally in 2016, I said, ta-da, here I am. And everything's been coming together. And I wasn't passionate about the accounting job. I'm so passionate about this though. And usually I work one-on-one with people.
Well, you're doing what you should be doing for sure.
Mm-hmm. I had a treatment. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Angela. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I had a treatment. My daughter and I both had a treatment with Lisa. It was, yeah, amazing.
Oh, awesome. Well, one of the things that I have, well, because I'm a little bit older and I'm definitely moving into my my winter season, you know, I can spend or focus a little bit more on the spiritual side of things. It's always been the foundation of everything that I do from a creative perspective, but I've also, you know, had some amazing opportunities, you know, over the last 2 decades to work with Indigenous healers, mostly on Six Nations. I'm a pipe carrier, but didn't really have the confidence to really, I didn't feel comfortable calling myself that. So now I'm just sort of moving into that a little bit more because I can do ceremony. I am intuitive. I can do healing work, but trying to figure out where I'm going to channel that. And it seems to be coming out through the soy candles that I started creating and starting to understand working with essential oils. And this is all coming intuitively. And so I've started to really understand that it's my grandmothers that are giving me that inspiration and that information, which has been really cool to sort of be on this journey. So now I'm, taking some courses on the importance of, carrier oils and things like that and the healing properties. And I want to move into doing perfumes and things, but from a healing perspective. So would love any advice or, because energy and all that kind of, and really starting to understand how all of that works, even, doing long distance doctorings for people. And, it's like putting the pieces of the puzzle together, right?
Patience, patience, patience. That came up for me right this week. That came up for me so many times, and I love how grandmother Renee teaches that about about patience and impatience and in life. I have so much I could tell you right now about my own journey, but I want to just say thank you, Lisa, for helping to release something that I've been holding. This idea that I could, support and create community or bring community or start something for community, and came through my own healing journey that began 20 something years ago. And I traveled through the healing at a very young age. A lot of my teachers who could be watching right now, my guides, were like, "You're quite young to be doing this," but I felt called from a pretty young age, and then also being an entrepreneur from a young age. But the healing that I had today was around my breast area. And I don't know if all of you know, but I invented a bra like 12 years ago, a bra alternative. And I was a hairstylist, and I have a family business with my husband. And I had this dream. Actually, it was kind of a dream, but I'll tell the story here. I haven't told it in a long time, but I was laying in bed reading a book, and I don't sleep with clothes on. Okay. Anyway, so I'm reading and I'm noticing, I'm going like east to west here, whatever. And I started move my breasts together, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. I just had this, I'm uncomfortable right now. So I had pantyhose. I got out of bed and I grabbed pantyhose and tea towels, and I rolled up the tea towels and stuck them in the legs of the pantyhose, and I tied them around, and I wrapped them, made arms and wrapped the tea towels around my breasts, and I tied them together with a string, and I started to read my book again. And my husband walked by a couple minutes later, and he was like, he did the double take, walk back, and he's like, "What is that?" Right? Because I was just all there with these things holding them, right? And I was like, I don't know, but this is comfortable. But anyway, so I invented this garment called the breast rest. Anyway, the whole time, everything about it was channeled, and I created a blog called My Grandmother's Voice, because it was this woman, this spirit that was guiding me on my wellness. You can't take care of anybody. You can't bring this product out. You can't do anything. You can't take care of your children. You can't offer anything to anyone else until you take care of yourself. And so I went through this, all this time learning about nurturing the breast, wellness, how to keep your breast healthy, all of that stuff. And to this day, all of this work that I do with Grandmother's Voice brings me to that center, my heart center, of even childhood, maybe hearing, the things that trying not to remember, but those knowing that the very early parts of my life, no matter that I knew, my parents loved me, and maybe they didn't love each other or whatever that was, but their relationship impacted me so much that I didn't know that they loved me. And so even the work that I do right now in community, when I hear people saying things, you know, about what I'm trying to create or what grandmother's voice is becoming or whatever that is, that they can't just look at it and see that it is just love, what we're trying to create. And that I don't have that, that sits in my heart, in my breasts. And I know that because I felt it just now. And then for me, it was remembering all of that. It went right when you said, go to your childhood. I remember I felt it was just there saying, you know, like, you don't love me or I don't feel loved. And then my whole life is about showing love to people, from being a hairstylist to my bra to grandmother's voice. And so I thank you, because in the last few weeks, the challenge of where I'm at in my career with grandmother's voice and bringing people together and just doing it from my heart place, I know I carry a lot of heaviness there. And so you reminded me, and this space reminds me, and everything that you have all shared here. It's really, the space is about me, not you. No, I'm just kidding. But I think we all need this, right? Like we need to, because it, you know, somehow, some way, the words that we share resonate. And if it's not just with our circle here, hopefully with people that have joined us, or those who are watching at a different time. So at any point in time, you can comment. I'm going to share some comments here because I see it's 9 o'clock. Is there, just like, of course, Elizabeth Gray, you showed up. Love you, like one of our amazing supporters. And one of the, you know, I've met you a long time ago, long time ago on my journey, and I love you and so grateful you continue to show up. So these are people that came here tonight to listen and be a part of our circle. And Leanna was exercising. I love it. Like, can you imagine if we are all exercising on our next circle? We should try that. So these are great that, you know, people are here. And I think that's one of the things, one of the reasons too, is that a lot of people through the years with grandmother's voice have said, you know, just being able to show up in and not have to, like, I say, hi, I'm here. And maybe just sitting at home, you know, listening to it while they're doing laundry or whatever. They don't have to engage. They just get to hear other people's stuff, get to hear other people's good words, you know, the things that they're happening and the excitement and the passion that, you know, we're sharing these new adventures, you know, like you, Pam, you know, like reconnecting and understanding, you know, just knowing that there are people, we're all on different parts of our journey, but we can show up and support each other the best way that we know how, which is just being here. Jen, I think, like, I thank you so much for beginning, you know, Lisa with your words and Jen with your song. Like, the vibration started right from the beginning. So it's just really amazing. Did anyone want to add anything or say anything?
Jody, I was just wondering, are we going to do this like every Sunday, every other Sunday? What's that look like? Like, I wanted people to have maybe some their opinions on what that might look like, bringing love to the circle. And that could be anything, like you said, like working out, yoga, songs, like whatever. I don't know what that looks like. Like I said, we don't have an agenda. We're open to see what people need and want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like, shoot, every week? I don't know. But I you know, I think I could do it. Like, that's the thing, right? Maybe it's not every Sunday at 8 p.m. Maybe sometimes it's in the morning. Maybe it's, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I have a suggestion. So what if we did it on every new moon and every full moon?
I love that idea.
So twice a month.
And so saying that, I love it too. And we were actually talking about that. Lisa, remember we were saying, like, let's do it maybe a day before the new moon, because there's so much to put intention into the new moon. And this conversation here gets the juices flowing. And we could do it like the day before the new moon, day before the full moon, so that we're not missing ceremony in our communities. And it gets people prepared, like just a reminders of what to do with the new moon. I mean, there's so much learning out there that we can do together. So are you guys good with that? Like maybe a day or two before, because we know the energy is good. And there's no, like, we don't have to come to everyone, right? As long as, I mean, I can let people in the room and then you guys can navigate it or and we'd love to get some of these people on here. Like, like anybody, any of you that have shown up tonight, if you want to come be a part of the circle, show up. We'll let you in the room. I think we can hold up to 10 or 12 people on this platform. So we just have to be a little more like I can do, we can do the poster because we just did it. We just created the poster yesterday. Thanks, Allison, for being my ad hoc person. Yeah, we have this idea. Can you just create all the content for it? And, and she does it. So I would love, like, if this is what people, we can start it like that. And
be awesome.
Yeah. I love it. Like, people look at this. Leanna, she's all worked out now, so she's got all these ideas. Right? So yeah, I'd love it. And I think what we'll do is Lisa and I were talking about creating a Facebook page, something, or a group, or I don't want to keep it close, so I have to figure that out. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Or we'll just see how it goes. It's just like, yeah, I'm done working out. And yeah, I love this. She's taught Leanna was saying studying crystals and healing and sound healing. Like, that's all great stuff. I know we have some friends that Jen, we know that Jen that does the sound bowls. Like, I mean, like, our reach is huge when we can do virtual. Doesn't mean that we can't, get together in person. And we've talked about like this big vision we have, hey, Lisa, like this big event. Who knows where it's going to be, where we just come together and guided and led, Indigenous women led, but open for everybody. We need this to connect each other. So, yeah, that's awesome. So we'll just stay connected.
I'm going to be doing, or I am started doing a pipe ceremony for every full moon now. So I'd be happy to share whatever messages I get from that. And hoping too that, we can do more sacred fires on the land this year.
For sure.
Group,
What's beautiful about what I'm seeing anyway in the corporate spaces, and even just like our organizations, churches, communities, like community organizations are like, come and please help us make some sacred space on the land, if it means that it will help heal and bring our communities and our workspaces together. So I'm pretty sure we can find areas all over now, right? It's time. The portal is open.
Yeah. And it's really necessary. People, even our own people, don't have that much opportunity anymore. I don't even, to do it. So, and for people who've never experienced it before, it can be life-changing. And I think that's where we get everyone to connect, not only to the land and to each other, but to themselves and their own spirits. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Woohoo! All right. So we'll I guess we'll say see ya. Does anyone want to offer anything else before we go? We're good.
Thanks, Jody.
Kara,
Thank you.
Kara Ann is crying. I really needed this tonight. See, out of everything, that right there is why we did it. So Kara Ann, Nyawa, thank you for showing up and sharing that with us. And so we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Boma P.
Have a good week. Happy
Have a good evening.